Good morning, gentlemen. So today's leadership lesson. This is probably one of my favorite lessons so far. Something that I've always truly believed in, but it's something that I feel like many of us also struggle in, including myself. So today Maxwell's talking about values and conscience, and what he means by that is how we act in the gray areas of our Christianity. There are many people who don't believe that there are gray areas in life, and it's just not the case. The Bible is a very good guide. The Bible has all of the things that are necessity for us to learn and to get into heaven and all of those things, but it is not possible for the Bible to cover every single scenario, which is why God gave us brains. And it's up to us to evaluate within our own faith and within our own thought life what we deem as acceptable and not acceptable if it's not specifically covered in the Bible. So, let me give you some examples. The first one he talks about is being open and not condescending. That's step one. And what he means by that is you have to be open to the fact that we all walk our own walks. We all have our own interpretations. And if it's not something big, then you need to just be open to the fact that their belief allows them to be that way or do that thing. Keep in mind that everybody answers to God. It is not our jobs to judge people. It is God's job to judge people. And everybody will have to do an accounting. So keep that in mind. The next one was cling to your own convictions. So by that, he means when you believe something is part of your faith, then cling to that. There's nothing wrong with that. That is, sorry, they're clearing some snow here. So you need to be able to not be persuaded if you're convicted against doing something. So stick to your guns on what you believe in. It doesn't mean that other people aren't allowed to believe what they believe, but you stick to your guns. Whatever it is that you value, it should always have the intention of pleasing God. You should not be valuing something because it makes other people happy, because it makes your pastor happy, because it makes your spouse happy. It should be whatever it is that's in your convictions, it should be to please God and nobody else. You are ultimately responsible to account to God. Again, God is the one who judges. In the end, that's where your accounting will go, is to Him. Sorry, looking at my notes. Oh, that next one. This is a good one. This is one that we talk about a lot in the club, and it's do not cause a brother to stumble. Do not cause others to stumble in their walk. And the reason that this gets brought up a lot is we've gone back and forth in conversations in the club as members about smoking or drinking or drug use and prescription medication, all those things. And ultimately, here's what it comes down to. If you have a brother who's struggling with alcoholism, don't drink around him. It's pretty simple. Doesn't mean that you can't drink, period, but don't drink when you're with them. don't go drinking and then call them while you're drinking. It's common sense. Don't cause a brother to stumble. If you have a brother that's kosher, that's eating kosher, well, don't take him out to a barbecue for a pork barbecue, or not have an option for him at an event. You'll notice that at our events we always have a kosher option, because we have men in our area that are on a kosher diet. So we always try to have chicken or all beef or something kosher. So don't cause the brother to stumble. Don't let others impose their values on you, or vice versa. So just because we have somebody who doesn't drink and who believes drinking is a sin or whatever, doesn't mean that they should be forcing you to not drink. We should always be aware of those convictions are our convictions personally. And obviously the opposite is true too. Don't force somebody else to, or don't try to force somebody else not to drink because you believe it's a sin. Sorry, I'm just looking through my notes here. Oh, next one, make love your aim. So whatever it is that you're doing in this, whenever you're giving advice or trying to determine what is right or wrong in a gray area, love should be what you're shooting for, not righteousness or self-valuing, or I'm better than this person because I don't drink or whatever. It has nothing to do, that should have nothing to do with it, and that actually could put you in trouble as far as Judgment Day. Major on the major and minor on the minors. So that is one that we try to follow quite a bit in our crew. It's something that if we're truly going to be an ecumenical organization, we need to be able to do that. So if it's a major issue, major sin issue, something that's pretty clear and cut in the Bible, then that's what we major on. If it's something that's gray, if it's a minor issue, we're not going to spend too much time focusing on that. Maybe it is, maybe it can be interpreted one way or another, but if it's not a major, then just let it be. We're not going to spend a ton of time and energy on that. We want to be pursuing peace and adding value to each other. We never want to have our values be a cause of dissension or division. So that is a lesson that I really had to learn early on in my walk. I had a lot of conflicting beliefs as far as there are things that I'm convicted of that other men in the club were not convicted of, and it caused a lot of arguments, division, all kinds of different stuff, and that was something I had to correct in my own walk since coming to Disciple. Don't destroy anyone by imposing your values on them. Don't be tearing people down because they don't believe what you believe. Don't ruin somebody's opportunity to get closer to God because they don't believe what you believe. Your job is to focus on yourself. And then finally, anything can be considered a sin or wrong if you don't do it with the thought process of faith. If you're eating meat just to eat meat and not having faith in God and not thanking God for the food that you're eating, then yeah, that could be considered, sinful. If you're eating kosher and you're not thanking God before you eat and giving God that credit and love and that faith, it could be considered sinful. So the ultimate purpose is that it's your faith that guides you in all of these things. And as long as your heart is in the right place and your faith is towards God and Jesus, then that's what will continue to make you a good leader and keep you on a good path. So, all right. I hope this one didn't go too long. I'm sure it did. I love y'all, and talk to you later.